I just want to be sure.
No, you know what? You know what?
Good morning, listeners. It is Saturday morning and it's 10 a.m. This is Passion 94.5 FM. Welcome to this week's episode of Unbreakable, a program designed and produced by Odin King Education Foundation, a non-governmental organization. We continue our campaign towards building academic self-confidence in our children. This has been necessitated on the premise of the huge scale of examination malpractice in our society and the nation at large, which unfortunately has been greatly promoted by school administrators, principals, and subject teachers alike, and even painfully powered by our parents. So far, we have addressed some parenting mistakes which tend to undermine the academic self-confidence of children. Last week, we discussed the powerful and positive effect of praising the effort of a child, or the effort a child puts into his or her studies, no matter how small, rather than always praising the results, the outcome, or the performance. Today, we will shift our focus to another and very sensitive parental mistake. Today's topic is bordered on comparison. By comparison, we'll be looking at how comparing a child whose result is not very impressive to another child with a much better result. How does such statements of comparison ultimately affect? How does such statements of comparison ultimately affect the self-confidence of the child? I'm your regular host, Effiong Innocent Inyobo. With me in the studio this morning to discuss this topic are, sitting just by my side, is a man with so much passion for teaching children, with over 25 years classroom experience. He is Mr. Adebola Olajide. Mr. Adebola, you are welcome to Unbreakable.
Thank you very much. Great listeners, and I want to say thank you for having me in the house.
Next to Mr. Adebola is a regular voice on this program, a co-founder of Odin King Education Foundation. I'm talking about no other person other than Mrs. Udin Innocent. Ms. Udin, you are welcome to Unbreakable.
Thank you, Mr. Fion. Good morning, our dear listeners.
And next, also another seasoned classroom teacher, another regular voice on this program, in the person of Mrs. Patrick Ioma. You are welcome, madam.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here once again.
So let's dive straight into the business of the day. Mrs. Udin, kindly describe to us what we mean by parents comparing their children to others in terms of their academic achievement and its effect on the child.
All right. Comparing children's academic performance to that of their peers or siblings is a common practice among parents. However, this practice can have unintended consequences on a child's self-confidence. When parents constantly compare their child's grades or academic achievement to others, it can create a sense of inadequacy, a sense of inferiority complex, and a sense of low self-esteem.
Sense of inadequacy. Can you please tell us more on this, madam? How does it result in a sense of inadequacy?
Okay, children who are subjected to constant comparisons may feel like they are not good enough, that no matter how hard they try, that they can never be good enough. This can be disheartening. A child who is made to feel this way can quietly withdraw into his or her shell, believing that he or she is good for nothing.
Good for nothing. What a pity for a child to be made to feel that he or she is good for nothing. That's quite pathetic. Go ahead, please.
All right, now, this can lead a child to having a fixed mindset. Yes, a fixed mindset, where the child believes that his or her abilities are inborn, they are natural or inherited. This kind of mindset, this kind of belief by this child makes the child to believe that his or her abilities are unchangeable. His or her abilities can't can't be developed, that his or her abilities are always or will always remain as nature had given to him or her. Now, what do you think this will become of this child? The child will become discouraged. The child will tend to disengage from the learning process.
Seriously.
At school, when a class is ongoing, the child may not be interested and may not pay attention. When the teacher stops to ask a question, the child may just stare at the teacher. The next thing you hear from the teacher is something that is very common with we teachers, that the child is never attentive in class, which is more blame to the child, more discouragement.
Oh my God.
And a very sad child is produced. What do you think will happen to the self-confidence of such a child? The answer, you will agree with me, is not far-fetched. Very poor self-confidence.
Oh my God. First, self-doubt. Next, the child withdraws. Next, the child loses interest in learning. And finally, the child's self-confidence building is disrupted. Very damaging. Before we proceed, let me quickly call out the numbers for our listeners to call in. I'm going to call out 3 numbers. The first one is the WhatsApp number that you can send in messages only. And the other 2 you can use to call in. I take the first one, 0708 208 4335. I take it again, 0708 208 4335. That's the WhatsApp number. Now I call the numbers you can use to call in. 090 6000 4945. I take that again, 090 6000 4945. The second number, 090 6000 5945. 090 6000 5945. Please don't call in yet. Our announcement to call in. If you call in now, we won't be able to pick your call. So we can see how damaging to the academic progress of a child, comparing the child's performance to others who are doing better, can be to the child. Okay, so what other effect can comparison create? Mrs. Patrick, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, closely related to the issue of causing self-inadequacy, self-doubt, and reduced self-esteem, comparing a child because of his or her low academic performance to others who may have done better can also create undue stress, undue anxiety, and pressure on the child.
How?
Okay, let me explain. Children who find themselves in this situation always have or feel the constant need to outperform others, like do better than others.
Okay.
Now, this feeling or pressure to perform more than others tend to create anxiety. Questions like, can I make it? Will I not make it? What if I don't make it? Wouldn't that just mean that I am not good enough?
Hmm.
Wouldn't that lead to more issues with my parents?
Of course.
Oh my God, help me.
I don't think it's fair to allow a child to go through this kind of turmoil. It's really painful. Go ahead, please, Mrs. Patrick.
Okay, now these feelings can these feelings and questions running through their minds can make them anxious. All right, now the fear of not meeting up to expectations usually may lead to depression, mental disorder, and oftentimes they burn out. When children think of not being able to meet expectations, the next fear that overwhelms them is the fear of disappointing their parents, leading to further stress and anxiety. What's next? Lack of self-confidence. Under exam condition, such a child will become jittery and will definitely underperform.
I see. I see. Thank you very much, Mrs. Patrick, for this elucidation. I grieve with whoever or these children that are going through this kind of situation. Parents really need to be cautious with the way they handle children who are struggling academically. In an attempt to help the children as they think, they end up causing more damage.
Yes.
Mr. Debana, let's now turn our attention to you. What other effects do you think comparison of this sort can cause a child?
Mr. Effiong, thank you.
You're welcome.
I would like to first strengthen what Mrs. Patrick has said so far, to buttress the points. I want us to imagine ourselves, I'm giving an illustration now. I want us to imagine ourselves being given a compulsory task of walking through a surface of eggshells.
That's wonderful.
That illustration will sound funny,
Yeah.
but it applies. You will be judged to have succeeded if no shell is broken. I repeat, no eggshell must be broken. Before embarking on the task, can you try to score yourself over 10? Are you sure you can even score yourself 1 over 10? In fact, as soon as you realize the task in front of you, you will readily give up.
Of course.
That is the exact
Of
situation.
course. How do I work on shells of
Without breaking.
Without breaking.
Amen. That is the exact situation of a child who out of the trauma of comparison has developed anxiety.
Yeah, that's true.
Asking such a child to pay attention in class and prepare for a test or examination is of no use,
At all.
because the child has already scored herself or himself 0 from the onset. That child cannot build self-confidence under that situation.
At all. You're very right.
That leads me to what I want to briefly talk about, the very word motivation.
Okay.
How am I going to walk on these eggshells without crushing them? No, it's impossible. I just can't do it. So the child gets demotivated, the opposite of getting motivated. For a child to learn and absorb the substance of the study, the child should and has to be intrinsically motivated. That is, the child should be self-motivated. We are dancing around the same word in different ways now. The child should, on his own or her own, long to gain mastery of the subject matter. The child should love the idea of studying the topic.
Not to be forced to do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
A child who is suffering from comparison-induced stress cannot motivate himself or herself to study
At all.
So children still go ahead and study under the influence of academic comparison, are motivated by unhealthy competition. So any child that goes ahead that study under the influence of academic comparison with the peers, they, at the end of the day, they are not motivated and they have unhealthy competition. Such students feel pitied or they feel pissed against each other, and they now strive to outperform one another.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
These are not the students we are really concerned about here. We are more concerned about with students who are struggling academically and they form the larger population. Comparison can be particularly damaging for students who struggle academically. Constantly being compared to high-achieving peers can make them feel like failures. So a situation which is damaging to their self-confidence.
Thank you, Mr. Adebola. In fact, you have really revealed a very huge thing there. Children cannot be self-motivated under this situation.
So, at all.
The student told us they can what? They will lose, they have self-doubt, self-inadequacy. And according to Yoma Patrick, that anxiety and stress will set in. We have heard from all our discussion that students who struggle academically, when compared to others who perform better, tend to feel self-inadequate, develop self-doubt, anxiety, stress, low self-esteem, and ultimately poor self-confidence. So what is the solution? Can there be a way out? Before coming to that, let's open the phone lines. Our listeners, you can now start calling in. Please don't forget to use the WhatsApp number to send in your messages. I'll repeat the WhatsApp number, 0708 208 4335. Please, as you send in your messages, please include your name and your location, and then just go straight forward. And for those who are calling, I repeat the numbers again, 090 6000 4945. I take that number again, 090 6000 4945. Okay, I think I can see a call trying to come in. Let's try that. Open the network. Oh, sorry, we lost that already. I take the second number, 09. Okay, another one is coming. Let's see. Hello, good morning. Good morning, dear caller. You said your name is? Sam, Mr. Sam. Where are you calling from, please? Okay. You are welcome to Unbreakable on 94.5 Passion FM. You have something to contribute? Please go ahead. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I understand that it's like a jam lock, right? I understand. Yes. What we are saying is, if you compare the elder one in this case, that look at your younger one is doing better, that child will feel very, very bad, right? As we're about to start talking, we're going to talk about solution before, but let me just come in. One way to address this is by talk to the child, accept the child's position, and then encourage the child's little effort. Let the child build that effort gradually. You see, when the child puts in efforts to do something, and you appreciate it. I say, oh, well done, you have done well. But do you know you can do better than this? You know, and the child puts in more effort, and you keep encouraging the child. Have you not observed before that when a child does something and you encourage the child, by the time you come back, the child will go and do another one and come and show you. So we call that. I'm sure he's still listening. The child will go and do another and come back to show to you, oh, Daddy, see, I've done this one. So what we should be doing is encourage rather than compare. Compare with sicken the child and make the child to feel very, very bad. Okay? So what we are saying is praise the little effort the child puts in. Don't compare. Thank you. I'm very sure you're still listening there. So we continue. So, all right, Mrs. Udim, we're talking about solution. What would be the solution to these problems? What do you think parents can do to solve this problem? This problem of comparing that leads to self-inadequacy. This problem that comparison has now led to what? Anxiety and stress. This problem that leads to what? Lack of motivation. Please briefly give us your own view there.
Okay. First, for parents who may have caused children such pain already, it is very important for them to acknowledge and apologize.
Acknowledge and apologize. Acknowledge and let's take this call. Hello? Hello, caller. Hello? Please, can I know your name and where you are calling from? Okay, Evelyn, how are you doing? Okay.
And in my own contribution, I want to make a suggestion. And my suggestion is we keep talking about self-confidence of the Nigerian child, but we need to bring in the parents, the teachers, into a seminar ground where we teach them how to praise effort rather than praising results. When we talk to them about a lot of things, comparison, I've heard so many parents telling their children, your first child, my third child was better than the second child was better than the first child, which caused enmity between the children. So I suggest we bring in a level ground where we talk to both parents, teachers, and maybe later bring in children too into the seminar to teach them how to build self-confidence in their children, praise effort rather than praising results.
Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you very much. All right. Please, Mrs. Udim, Innocent, can you please continue with the solution? You talked about apologizing and acknowledging, right? Or acknowledge and then apologize. So what else do you think the parents should do?
Okay.
Let's hurry up with that.
Okay,
We're running
so
out of time.
after recognizing their mistakes, they should understand the harm they have caused that child due to comparison and should apologize sincerely for any pain or self-doubt.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mrs.
So
Patrick?
instead of
Okay, we are not done.
instead of comparison, they should rather focus on praising the efforts the child puts into his or her study, no matter how little.
Thank you very much.
When children are praised for their effort, they learn the hard work and persistence are valuable. This fosters a growth mindset where they believe their abilities can be developed over time through learning and practice.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mrs. Patrick, you have something to add?
Yes, I do. Parents should offer to their children open communication. They should listen attentively to their concerns and feelings. This way they can validate their emotions and offer support.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. I am very grateful that you made that very brief. Mr. Debola, can you be as brief as
Yes, thank you
Mrs.
very
Patrick,
much.
please?
My
Because we are
advice to
running out of time.
parents at this point is that they should help their children build self-esteem.
Please, can you take that again?
Parents should help the children build their self-esteem.
Okay.
And how can they do this? They should celebrate the unique strength and interests of their children and provide opportunities for success and growth.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. So we have seen the damage or damages that comparing one child to another because of academic performance. I think I have one more call. Let's just take this call lastly and then we'll draw the curtains there. Hello? Good morning, sir. Please, your name and where you calling from, and please make it very brief. Okay. Okay. Of course, nobody came last during their time. Nobody came last during nobody came last during their time at all. Thank you very, very much, sir. Well, I think that's the last call we can take. And we've done our best this morning. Time waits for no man. We are very grateful, Mrs. Patrick, for your contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mrs. Udi Innocent, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And Mr. Adebola Olajide, we are so grateful for your input. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And we are from my humble self, Effiong Innocent Inyobo. We have to draw the curtain here. But let's remember, let's always try to help our children to build self-confidence so that they will stand and remain unbreakable to the antics of the Society of Examination Malpractice Practitioners. Let's remember that's the fundamental. So till next week, let's draw the curtain here. Thank you. I don't know what to do to this time. Once you see my face,
I know this town. Now you're the town.
Vakutima, tikamba palichija chija chakutima. You know that feeling that you get? That deep feeling that drives you to get it done. Vakutima vaminiti kamba. Usiba chakutima.
Did you record?
Chizalengati uzachichi. That's how we say it in Zambia.
This is a big down.
On 94.5 Passion FM, voice of the people. Voice of the people.
They don't record me very well. They don't record me very well.
They always recording you. I recorded you now.
Now you may show pastor for the
Can you imagine?
all the other movements they make it. What I'm saying, you say you are not on air again. You are like
Hey, you're not that. You're not that. I don't go there again.
carry everything.
Right, now I'm going to start recording quick now. Now I'm going to start recording when I'm
Happy.
going to